The grudge is a curse that arises when someone dies in the throes of rage or sorrow, and then it just hangs around like an unwanted guest at a party. And of course, it generously offers itself to anyone in a twisted game of supernatural tag nobody wants to play, ever. The year's 2001, and we meet a run-of-the-mill Tokyo housewife with just a teensy-weensy crush on her college professor, who also just happens to be the President of the United States. This wouldn't be a big deal except for this one guy, her husband, who stumbles upon her oh-so-innocent and too-easy-to-find diary of admiration for another man. But let's be honest, who doesn't love this guy? He believes that his wife must be having an affair. Instead of using logic and the fear of a Japanese guy named Bubba in prison, he brutally murders his wife, their innocent son, and the poor family's cat. The president decides to pay a visit to his girlfriend, and you won't believe what he finds. This kid with drastically low blood pressure who occasionally rolls around in frosted donut powder, and he has the creepy voice of a cat. He also finds the bodies of his girlfriend in the attic and her husband swinging in the crapper. The president is so disturbed by the unexpected discovery, he reacts in the most rational way possible, ending it all in front of his own wife the next day. 3 years later, an adventurous American family decides to try out the murder house. Tom Cruise's cousin is absolutely thrilled with their new haunted house, while his wife, that weird girl from She's All That, and his poor dementia-ridden mother are just not feeling the creepy, cozy vibes. I mean, who doesn't want to move into a homey new pad with an unknown house guest who sexily moans like this? Tom's cousin and his wife are catcalled by the powdered donut kid and are quickly written out of the rest of the movie. Buffy the Vampire Slayer comes to the home looking for Giles, when she's met by the hairiest ghost of all time. Buffy's boss then shows up at the house looking for both Sarah Michelle Gellar and the previously killed home nurse. Buffy's found hiding in the corner because she's still traumatized from when the killer cut her hair in I Know What You Did Last Summer. He calls the police, who spend an awful long time trying to locate a cordless phone, when they find 2 dead bodies and a jawbone in the attic. Tom Cruise's cousin's fictional sister calls the murder house and leaves a message on the answering machine. That's just enough for the cursed dead cheating wife to show up in her bed for some weird sexual on top of the clothes stuff. Buffy's boss sees this and doesn't immediately run away. Instead, he follows this nonsense to his death. One of the police officers decides to take matters into his own hands by visiting the house with some gasoline, and surprise, surprise, this was a stupid idea, you're dead. Buffy gets curious and feels she needs to go back to that house, 'cause that sounds like a great idea. Buffy finds her boyfriend Doug paralyzed on the floor and just a little too close to the cheating cheater. As the cheater inches closer, Buffy realizes that gasoline and fire make quite the boom boom and decides to throw a little fiery soiree. Buffy somehow survives a fully involved house fire and finds herself in the morgue visiting Doug's dead body. Don't be sad, you literally just let him die. Buffy soon realizes it's not Doug and quickly learns that you can't get rid of a ghost simply by committing arson.